In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your Elgato Stream Deck to control Home Assistant. And you can use this to control scenes, turn individual devices on and off, or run scripts, or pretty much anything you can do with the Home Assistant API. I'm making this because it wasn't immediately obvious how to do this, and it took me quite a while, so hopefully this will help someone out. The first thing you're going to need to do is grab a long-lived API token from Home Assistant. So if you click on your profile at the bottom left in Home Assistant and scroll down to the bottom and click Create Token. You can give it a name, so I'll call it Stream Deck Video and hit OK. And it will give you a token here. So I'm just going to select that and copy it and just save this somewhere safe for the time being. Bear in mind that once you've hit OK, you won't be able to get it again. Once you've got that, we'll go back to the Elgato Stream Deck software, and I've just got a folder in here that I'm going to keep all of my Home Assistant bits in. You'll need a plugin for this, which is BarRaider's fantastic API Ninja plugin. And you can install that if you hit More Actions and search for API Ninja in here. You should then have it available to drag into this folder. I'm going to give it a title, call it lamp, and the request type should be a post request. And scrolling down, you'll need to put the API URL in here from Home Assistant. I've got a text file here where I'm keeping a few snippets while we do this. The API URL that you put in here depends on what you want to do. For most purposes, you'll probably want the toggle endpoint. So toggle will turn something off if it's already on, or on if it's currently off. However, you might specifically want to have a button that turns something on and won't turn it off if it already is on. This one's particularly useful if you want to turn on a scene. In this example, I'm going to turn a lamp on and off, so I'm going to copy the toggle URL. You'll need to fill this in with your Home Assistant IP address. Paste this in here. You need to change the content type to application/JSON. And you'll need to put the headers in here. So this is where we put our authentication token that we got from Home Assistant earlier. I've pasted this into this file here, but we just need to make one change to format it in the correct way. So we need to type in authorization bearer and have a space between it. And copy and paste this into the headers box here. In the data field, this is where you're going to send the payload to Home Assistant to tell it which device you want to turn on and off. So this is actually a JSON object that specifies the entity ID of the device that you want to use. So I've just got my desk lamp here. If you were doing a scene, this would just be scene dot whatever your scene is called. And the parameters here are exactly the same as if you were doing an automation or a script. And that's it. You don't need to put anything else in here. And you can give the button a go on your Stream Deck. And that works. What I generally do to create more of these is right click and copy and paste them. So I'll just show you how to set up a scene here. I'm going to call this Good Morning. And I'm going to change the endpoint to the turn on endpoint, and I'll change this to scene.goodmorning. And when I push this button, it will trigger the Good Morning scene in Home Assistant. I just wanted to show you another thing that I've done with this. I've got a TV connected to my computer. And this is a multi-action button which you can create on the Stream Deck. This actually uses a little command line tool called multi-monitor tool, and what that allows you to do is enable and disable displays connected to your computer. A little bugbear I always had having a TV that I occasionally use connected to my computer is Windows would still think that the TV was connected, and I'd lose Windows on that screen when it wasn't turned on, and I kind of have to turn around to see the screen. So this is a great little command line app that allows you to just quickly enable and disable a display. So I comboed this with a script in Home Assistant, and this script just turns on my TV and changes the input to the correct HDMI. Here's a script in Home Assistant. So this uses the Sony Bravia TV add-on. So it just turns the TV on, waits 5 seconds, and then uses a select source service to set it to HDMI 1. Because this is a multi-action, pushing it toggles 2 states, and you can have 2 different sets of actions for each state. So to turn the TV off again, I've just got an API call in here to homeassistant.turnoff, just specifying the entity ID of the TV. Hopefully this helps someone, and let me know if you've got any questions. Cheers.